Hello children, welcome back again for our next session of mathematics, and we are in chapter number 13, that is direct and inverse proportion. So children, in the last session we have done with the direct proportion. We have seen that when the one quantity increases, the other quantity also increases, and if it decreases, the other quantity also decreases. So how we have shown the relationship as x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2. Now children, today we are going to discuss about the inverse proportion, right? So inverse proportion means when one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases, children. It is exactly opposite to the direct proportion. So in direct proportion, when one quantity was increasing, the other was also increasing. But here children, at that time we used to say that one quantity is in direct proportion with the other. Now here, when one quantity increases, children, the other quantity decreases. So here we will say that the first quantity is in inverse proportion with the other one, right? So for example, we can say if you have to travel somewhere for any destination. So if the speed of the car increases, children, the time to reach the destination will be decrease. So here speed and time are in inverse proportion, right? If number of workers doing a job increases, suppose any work is going on, and if we increase the number of workers, children, obviously the time taken to complete that work will be less. So if your number of workers is increasing, the time which is required will be decreased. So hence the number of workers and time is in inverse proportion here, right? I hope that was clear, children. Let us see one example. It takes 4 hours to reach destination at speed of 50 km per hour. Now children, here the two quantities are, one is given time, right, and the other is given speed. So let us consider this as x and this as y, right? So it is given it takes 4 hours to go with the speed of 50 km per hour. So now it is said that we need to find how much time it would take with the speed is 100 kilometers per hour. Now when the speed is 100 kilometers, how much time? So let us keep as x. How much time? So children, as we have seen in the example, when speed of a car is increased, the time to reach the destination will be less. Right? Here we can say that time and speed are in inverse proportion. So the relation here, children, will be x1 y1, that is x1 multiplied by y1. In direct proportion it was x1 divided by y1, that is x1 upon y1, right? Here it is x1 into y1 is equal to x2 into y2. So this you have to keep it in mind whenever the quantities are in inverse proportion. So let us find the solution. Now as speed increases, time will decrease. So time and speed are in inverse proportion. So we write it as, we make the table like this. We have already seen this, how to make a table. So now let the value will be x1, y1, x2, y2. Right? So here the relation I have already told, children. Now this one is very important, which you have to keep it in your mind. For inverse proportion, the relation will be x1 y1 is equal to, or the equation will be x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. In direct proportion, it was x1 upon y1 is equal to x2 upon y2, right? So here now it is just substitute the values. 4 multiplied by 50 is equal to x into 100. 100 we will transpose it this side. It will be going in the denominator. That is 4 into 50 whole divided by 100. So when you will solve this, you will get x is equal to 2. So when the speed is increased at 100 kilometers per hour, so it will take only 2 hours to travel. I hope the example was clear, children. So now let us begin with exercise 13.2. This is a question number 2. Question number 1 is your homework, children. They have just given few conditions and you have to tell whether it is a direct proportion, the quantities are in direct proportion, or whether the quantities are in inverse proportion. So that is the homework. Now I hope you understood. When one quantity increases, the other, if it is increasing, then both the quantities are in direct proportion. And when one quantity increases, the other decreases, then the quantities are in inverse proportion with each other. So now let us see question number 2. In a television game show, the prize money of rupees 1 lakh, children, pay your attention here. 1 lakh is to be divided equally amongst the winners. So complete the following table and find whether prize money given to an individual winner is directly or inversely proportional to the number of winners. Now we have to first find out, and then we have to tell whether the quantity is in direct proportion or in inverse proportion. So now the total money is 1 lakh, children, and it has to be equally distributed. So now pay your attention here. So now if the number of winners are 2, I will divide this 1 lakh by 2. If the number of winners are 3, I will divide the 1 lakh by 3. If the numbers are 4, I will divide this. So equal distribution means number of winners, that I will take the total prize money divided by number of winners. So hence the prize of each winner will be total prize money, that is 1 lakh, divided by number of winners. So these are the number of winners, children. As I said, 1 lakh divided by 2, I get 50,000. 1 lakh divided by 4, I get 25,000. 1 lakh divided by 5, I get 20,000. 1 lakh divided by 8, I get 12,500. 1 lakh divided by 10, I got 10,000. And 1 lakh divided by 20, I got 5,000. Right, children? Now you can see as the number of winners are going on increasing, the price of each winner is decreasing. So hence we can say here that the quantities are inversely proportional to each other. So we can see that the number of winners are increases, the price of each winner is decreases. So they are in inverse proportion. I hope that was clear. Let us proceed to the next one. A few important questions I'm going to take today, children, and remaining sums we'll see later on. So question number 4 again, which is very, very important. If a box of sweets is divided among 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each. How many would each get if the number of children is reduced by 4? Now there are two quantities here, children. That is number of children, right? And number of sweets, right? So now if the number of children are 24, how many each are getting? 5. Now they have told that number of children is reduced by 4. So it was 24. When I subtract minus 4, I'll get 20 children now. If the 20 children are there, then how many each will get? Let the quantity be x. So this will be our table. So this is x1, y1, x2 and y2. And we know the equation or the relationship how we express as when the quantities are in inverse proportion. X1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. So let us see. So this is a table, that is number of children. Earlier it was 24. Later on they have reduced 4, that is 24 minus 4 will be 20. So when 24 students were there or children were there, each one will get 5 sweets, and when now it is 20 students or children, now we have to find how many sweets each one of them will get. So this is how, as the number of children increases, children, obviously sweets will also get decreased. So they are inverse proportion. So this is x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2, that is 24 multiplied by 5 is equal to 20 multiplied by y. So y, keeping as it is 20, we will transpose it to the left hand side. It is 24 into 5 whole divided by 20. So 24 upon, when your cancellation is done here, you will get y is equal to 6. When you solve this, you will get y equal to 6. That means each child will get 6 sweets. So this is how you have to solve, children. I think these are very easy sums. Let us see few more. Question number 5. A farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his cattle for 6 days. Now, number of animals, all right. 1 minute. Yeah. So, here animals and here are days given, right? So, 20 animals the farmer can feed for 6 days. How long would the food last if there were 10 more animals? 10 more means earlier there were 20 plus 10 means now the animals are 30. And now how many days he can feed the animal? Let the value be x or y, whatever you will take, children. So now here x1 y1, that is x1 into y1, that is 20 into 6 will be equal to 30 into x. That means x will be equal to, we will transpose this 30, 20 into 6 whole divided by 30. Now whatever value will you get, children? That will be the number of days. So here given food is 20 animals for 6 days. So 10 more means it will be now 30 animals. So when the number of animals is increasing, the number of days the farmer can feed will be less, children. Yes, that means they are in inverse proportion. So here will be the table. As I said, number of days, number of animals, 6, 20, x and 30. So here the inverse proportion it is. So we will take x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. So 6 into 20 is equal to x into 30. So whatever you will get, x is equal to 4. That means food will last for only 4 days. I hope this is clear. Very easy, children. You have to just draw the table, take the 4 quantities and use the equation what we are using for inverse proportion, that is x1 y1. The relationship is x1 y1 is equal to x2 into y2. Let us proceed to the next one, that is question number 6. A contractor estimates that 3 persons could rewire Jasminder's house in 4 days. If he uses 4 persons instead of 3, how long should they take to complete the job? Now suppose few people are called to do a job at Jasminder's house. Now if there are 3 persons, children, so we will write here number of persons. So here number of persons are 3. Then they will take number of days. How many days they will take? That is 4 days, right? If he uses 4 persons, now he is increasing. Instead of 3 persons, if he use 4 persons, then how long will take to complete the job? Obviously, children, when the number of workers are increased, the job will be completed in a less time. That is, it will in the less days, right? So it is again inverse proportion example of when one quantity is increasing, the other is decreasing. So let us find out. So here is the table, number of persons, number of days. So it is the value, we will take x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. So it will be 3 into 4 is equal to 3 into y. Transposing 3 to the left hand side, children, it will be 3 into 4 as it is, whole divided by 3 is equal to y. When you will solve, that is 3 gets cancelled, y is equal to 4. So it would require 4 days to complete the job. Let us proceed with the next one. The question number 7, children. A batch of bottles were packed in 25 boxes with 12 bottles in each box. So it is given number of boxes and number of bottles per box, right? So if the same batch is packed using 20 bottles in each row, how many boxes would be filled? So here number of boxes, again the same procedure, children. Number of boxes were 25. Number of bottles in each box were 12. Now, how many boxes will be required if we in each box we keep 20, right? So now, as we increase the number of bottles in each box, obviously the number of boxes which will be required will be less. So this is an example of inverse proportion again. So let us take x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. Substituting the values, we will get 25 into 12 is equal equal to x into 20. So 25 into 12 upon 20 will be equal to x, that is x is nothing but equal to 15. So how to solve the equations you all know very well, children, right? So 15 boxes will be filled. So this is how we have to solve. All the sums are similar type, children. You can try the remaining sums. Still we will discuss in the next session. That will be the last session of this chapter. We will complete in this chapter. So this is a home assignment for today. Exercise 13.2, question number 1. You can write down in your classwork. That's it today. For today we will stop here, children. Thank you.